Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and let's dive right into the markets right now because we had a significant down day today despite lots of fear starting to come in here um, as we approach Fed Day with a lot of hot inflation data. So obviously things are getting much and much worse in the economy. I think things have been bad for a very long time. It's just now people are just finally starting to come to the realization that we have major problems in the economy. And right now, I think that we could be set up for either another big down, another leg down to probably 479, or probably around somewhere around this area. If we do a double correction, then we'll probably come down to this area on the S&P, right? Which is going to be, yeah, basically, there you go, 100% retrace here. So from anywhere from here, that would be a nice zone to start buying. But if the markets, if the Jerome Powell comes out tomorrow and says something crazy like he just pivots and he said they're gonna maybe add money to the market, or pull back on quantitative tightening, or maybe we're still gonna cut regardless of the data. We don't care. We're gonna cut. We need to help the Biden administration, and we're gonna cut. And that's gonna be a game changer. And I mean, that's obviously unexpected. That's something that the market would not expect, but it would completely reverse, and you would come out of this essentially in a wave three, which is what I have it labeled as right now. But the top is in. The top is in, and this is going to be very bearish if they raise rates, because we have yields rising back up today, rising back up, pushing back up, and we have the dollar surging as well. So I think the dollar probably will shoot up into this area tomorrow on Fed Day. But I think if this is the bullish case for the market for us to continue higher, and I know the bears are going to make the case that it shouldn't, and I agree it probably shouldn't. The bear case is strong. They got their story makes sense. Everything makes sense. I agree. But they just probably don't understand how crazy delusional the market can be. So even if we pump up into this area, I think the DXY should probably get a reversal. We'll have some bearish divergence, and at that point, maybe we'll get a reversal from there, and then the market should continue to churn higher. But if we are already seeing the early stages of the trend shifting here. You have green money flow leaving the indices significantly. You printed a red dot today on the S&P. Actually, this is a new candle. Now we're printing a red dot, so we should see, if this is correct, we should see some more downside. Nasdaq right here showing us that we are going to get more downside. We are in red money flow. This should extend lower essentially. And let me just see here. The Dow Jones is showing the similar thing. The Dow Jones, however, is still in my buy area, long from the lows here. But if we break down from this area, we'll just stop out, and then this will extend much lower, right? We'll get another leg down in the market. So it depends what the Fed's going to say tomorrow. You'll probably get another 3-4% down in the Dow Jones. And then the Russell 2000, same thing, similar setup here. Essentially, everything is looking bearish. But we'll see what Jerome Powell has to say, and it's going to be interesting. Let me just chart the Hang Seng very quickly for you guys. The HSI, or I actually have it here, the Hang Seng Index, because we do have a trade going on this indice, and I think that we are essentially coming out of here in a wave 3. Now, if we pull back down, we should find support within this area here. Let me just get on some smaller time frames. So I think the Hang Seng had a tremendous rally. We're still long this market, but I think if we pull back, we should get some a buying opportunity right around right here is 17,600 to essentially 17,400. You should see some support, and you should see a reversal out of here and continue up in a wave 3. Very bullish overall. Let me continue on, and let's take a look at Wave Edge. So Wave Edge not showing any buying. I've been monitoring it and not showing any buying right now. Nothing on the triple Qs, nothing on the IWM except for this buy here. Now we're printing a red cross. Same thing for the Dow Jones. Not any significant buying on the 4-hour, and we've been seeing significant selling right, throughout the course of the month, right? I remember when we were doing analysis on this, and people were like, "This doesn't mean anything. Nothing will ever happen." But yeah, we did eventually get some selling. There still could be more selling left in the tank, right? So we may see a little bit more downside coming here. I'm not sure about a crash unless they raise rates. Then maybe we will get that black swan event tomorrow. Um, Let me continue. We'll take a look at some individual names, and I'll talk more about TLT and the dollar in just a moment. So I want to cover Roku here. So Roku pushing back down once again. Not too surprising. The entire market was down today, so it's natural to see these tech stocks starting to sell off. But I think it's just still chopping here, continuing to form a bullish divergence. So we should see some more upside in Roku, but we'll see what the Powell has to say. If not, this thing's gonna break back down, and I have my stop set, but we have to break down much lower here and take out some more pivots. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. We'll cover NVIDIA. NVIDIA was actually only down 1% today, surprisingly. It's only down 1.5%. But overall, it should continue to push higher here if the markets will allow it. If not, then we're going to come back into the longer term buy area, and you'll have to just accumulate more and hold for a longer period of time before you really get the final move higher. Tesla, similar thing. So Tesla is actually in its wave 2 here. I'll just get in a little bit closer and get into some smaller time frames. So Tesla has just essentially finished its wave 3 here. It could go up for one more wave up, but with tomorrow, I'm not so sure. I think this has completed its first leg up, and now you're going to retrace. If you're looking for a possible buying opportunity, you might want to look maybe right around 170 to maybe 160. It would be a nice opportunity to start accumulating some longs on Tesla, and then you'll continue to push higher. And a lot of people are angry with Tesla going up. At least some of the things that I'm following, they're saying it's so stupid. This rally makes no sense. It's probably because they've either missed out on it or they're short and they're getting blown up right now. Let's take a look at some other things. Let's take a look at, let me just see here. I think I had Mara on my list. A lot of people like Mara. It goes with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is breaking down at the moment, breaking below 60,000. So these miners could still have some more downside. We are in the accumulation zone here, so we could spend a lot of time here. I have this labeled as a whole cycle wave too. So I think we could take a break, a pause. Maybe if Bitcoin breaks back down to the $57,000, $54,000 levels, then we're just gonna have to wait this out, right? You're just gonna have to sit on your hands and wait for the storm to go away. But once it does, you'll have a great opportunity, and hopefully these stocks continue to push higher. And I think they will. I really think they will, because I think they will pivot on raising rates and stuff and money printing, and they're going to go back to their old ways, and then we'll see we'll see the market recover. All right. So that's about it. Let's take a look here, see if I can find anything else. Let's cover the TLT. Let's take a look at the TLT. I'm just thinking about all the stocks people ask me to look at. TLT right now is currently just holding its level here, even with the yields pushing higher. I think we had a little bit of a down day today, but it could just be another 1-2, right? So we'll continue to monitor it, and if it is finished, then you should push out of here in a 5-wave move up, and continue to impulse out if the rates are really in. So that's why it's so important for the news announcement tomorrow. I think we will have some good news, but what I think doesn't matter. It's what the market thinks, and it's what the market's gonna do. Let me see here. TMF, similar situation. So a lot of people ask for TMF, so it's the same thing with the TLT. It's just triple leverage. We're in the buy area, in my opinion, and then we should just be in the accumulation zone here. Let's cover the SMA. Let's take a look at the SMH. The semis are strong. There's nothing wrong. The semis fail. You better bail. Semis are getting rejected here. So, it's interesting to see some stocks line up for this. Some stocks are not lining up. So if we see some downside here in the SMH, it should continue to push lower. It's going to be an ABC. You've completed a 5-wave move up, and this is just going to be a correction. And if it does correct, then you're going to go lower, right? You're going to go lower, and the SMH, I'll have a buy area for the SMH. It should be around right here. Should be right around 178 to 153. So again, there's no guarantees that these levels will hit, but I'll give you just some examples that, some people say that the Elliott wave does not work. It works very well. It depends on how you do it, right? So it always depends on your counts. I had this labeled as support for the DXY as an ABC retrace, and look at where we started to find support right around this area. Now we're starting to push higher. So I'm labeling this as a 5th wave, so I think we should impulse out here and continue up. I can already maybe start to make a few counts here very quickly, probably just like a 1-2 setup already, and now you're going up in a 3rd wave, and you'll do a 5-wave move up, and hopefully then we'll have our high in the DXY. So yeah, let's continue on. Excuse me, I did a bit of a burp. Hopefully you didn't hear it. Let's take a look at some of the names here. I'll just cover a few more names before we start to wrap things up. Yeah, like the Fed's going to be announcing, what they're going to do with rates tomorrow again. Could just be another non-eventful day. They hold where they're at, and then that's about it. We're still following for another low in Apple, but it could already be done. And this is already starting to look a little bit impulsive, but I wouldn't be surprised if you make another 5-wave move down. If this is the case, then we are getting bad news tomorrow, and then Apple's going to lead lower, and the tech will follow. And it's just going to be unfortunate, right? You're just going to have to hold if you're long, or stop out and move on, or move on to some other positions. Okay. And that's about it. Don't really have much to add, guys. If you guys enjoy the content, you can leave a like and subscribe. Let me cover, actually, I want to cover a few more things, because I am long the Alibaba as well as the Hang Seng, because I want a little bit of China exposure. I think these names are a great buying opportunity. I think we're putting in a significant low here, and we should start to impulse out, which would, it should start. It's overall, it's been rallying like 11% already, and I'm holding a leverage ETF on Baba, so about 20% on that, so that's quite nice. Anyways, yeah, that's it for tomorrow, guys. Big event day tomorrow, and hopefully the charts are set up for more upside. If not, we're gonna get a correction lower, and the buy area is down here, and it's just gonna be you're just gonna have to hold through it, right? If you're long, if you're short, then you play the shorts out. But if there's a big reversal tomorrow, you don't want to get caught with your pants down. Anyway, have a wonderful evening, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.